What we want to do today, or in that presentation, because I'm not the only developer, Catalent develops or is developing RED 2, is to give you an overview about what's new in RED. And this means, we don't stop working on it, so it changed from last year to today with so many features. It's maybe just a lot. So, we will have the tutorial, hands-on tutorial later on. There you can see everything in RED, and I will explain everything more in detail there. But now I just want to show you what we did last year, because we are very proud about the new version of RED. So what's new in RED? Well, we have a streamlined workflow now. What it means, I will show you in a second. We integrated our query sampler to RED. This is also new. It was a tool to generate query sets using the Google Ads API. It was a tool on or a standalone tool, and now we integrated it. So with one account, you can use both tools, the result assessment tool and also our query sampler. Dirk also mentioned we have new scrapers in RED too about or to scrape AI overviews and chatbot responses, which is very cool because we all use AI every day, more and more and more, also to search for information, and so we just can't say we won't include it. We need it to do research on it too. And we have a new SEO score classifier, and I will talk about it in detail too. So, a streamlined workflow, what does it mean? Our software, you will see it in a moment, or you will see it later in the tutorial in depth, is that we have a wizard to create studies in RED. And we redesigned this process to make it more usable and intuitive. Because the problem is that RED is really sophisticated and has a lot of options, and we always fight with usability and user experience because we want to make it or to get it into a state that almost everybody can use it. I think we will never reach that point because it's still complicated. But the very old version of RED was like, I'm the developer and I'm the only person who can use it, and that's not a good approach. I think all software developers here know what I'm talking about. We always know how our software works, but normal people are maybe very overwhelmed because they think different or something like this. So what is new and what should help to use RED? We implemented a guide me functionality. So if someone uses it for the first time, it's possible to click on a button, guide me, and to get an in-tool tutorial. It's something I would call it like that. So you can see, okay, you have to name your study and so on, and get an explanation about what to do to get to the next step. So we built a wizard to create the studies, and it's divided in 4 steps and so on. And so that you don't just see this here and have no idea what to do, you can click on guide me and you get the functionality to get a lead to the creating process. And we also changed RED in a way that the options in the RED are connected to the study type or the type of study you want to conduct with RED. In the past, you always saw every option, and this is way too much. And right now, it's like if you say you want to do an assessment study, classifier study, URL AI overviews only, you get just the options you need to conduct the studies. And I will talk about it in detail later in the tutorial. And what we also changed is we give real-time feedback now about the collection status of scraping. And in the past, you had to refresh the browser manually to see how many results will be there. And now you get a live progress bar and so on, an enhanced dashboard. It looks also cool. I'm so proud. And so on. And this is something which is very important. So you also see in the query sampler the progress right now. It sounds so simple, but we didn't develop it since a few weeks ago. So it's all new. We also, something Dirk mentioned too, the RED offers the possibility to do Euro-based evaluations, and we have an assessment interface for it. He showed a screenshot already, so you see the questionnaire and the result. We get another screenshot in a moment about it. And the new features are, in the past, you could just ask one question to any result, and now you can just have a full questionnaire there, so full survey to the search result not just the question, is the result relevant, yes or no? You can also ask, is the result relevant, and how relevant is the result? So, for example, or you can ask if the page is beautiful or whatever. And another feature we implemented is a so-called result packet assignment, which just means that you can limit the items one participant has to assess, because in the past it was like if you scrape thousands and thousands of search results, one person would have to evaluate all of these search results, and that's impossible. And now you can say, okay, we just do packages like in the example here, 20 items, and if we have 100 results, we have 5 participants and everyone sees just 20 items and so on, and you can split it in a way you need it. And yeah, here is another screenshot of the test Mephentis with a cute rabbit here. And you can just see here what I talked about. The survey is a result relevant, how relevant is it? And it's also possible to leave a comment or so. We support every kind of question you can think about.
And now you have fixed categories. Is it also possible?
No. It's all flexible.
Okay,
so you can just, this is a typical example with relevance, but you could also set up any classifier or any answers, any Likert scale, whatever you want.
Okay.
So it's all.
Of like codes so that I might add later and then I delete them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So all flexible. This is one of our goals, to make it as flexible as possible in every way. So we also worked on a new dashboard for some simple automatic analysis and also to show classifier results. So now you can see a dynamic result presentation of the classifiers. What are results from there? You can interact with the search results, overlay visualization, and we also calculate the top domains, or the distribution of domains in a set, a result set you scraped, and you can see what are the top domains there. And so to give you an idea, here are a result presentation of the classifiers we implemented so far. One is a readability score. We calculate the readability score based on the FLASH-E's readability score, and you can just see here how many of the search results were classified and get a nice histogram, and also the same with the SEO score, and you can download the graphics and so on. So this is on the board, or here's the search results overlap. Here's a test study with Bing and DuckDuckGo in different language versions, and you can see how or what sources in a search engine are exclusive, how is the overlap, and so on, to give an idea about this. And yeah, this is also here what I talked about, the distribution of the top domains. So this is all stuff we do in our studies regularly, and so we thought it would be nice if the RED will just provide such analysis automatically on a board, so we can use the graphics. And so it's simple statistics, but it gives you a nice idea about the search result set. And now I will hand over to Kadelin. She will talk about some quality of life improvements, about the scraping of the eye, overviews, and chatbot reports, and so on.
Okay, I can't. Yeah. So, thank you, Sebastian. Now I will talk about some quality of life improvements. These are smaller changes, but they make RED easier and more reliable to use. First, testing is very important, a good software. This is why we have built automated tests for our RED scrapers. These tests run on their own and check if the scrapers are still working. This way we see quickly if something has changed in the search engines and can fix it right away. And the second improvement is the email registration. We have now a simplified process to register the users for RED. The process is now really easy also for a password reset confirmation. Before, we had to activate every new user manually. Now the system does this automatically, so it makes this easier for users and also for us, and it also helps us reduce spam. So we will talk about in the next 2 slides how we fully integrated Query Sampler into RED. Like I mentioned at the beginning, but first, what is the Query Sampler? Query Sampler, it's a tool that helps us create high-quality keyword sets, and it connects Google's Keywords Planner, and it starts. It takes some starting keywords from you, and based on that, it creates related queries using semantic connections, synonyms, and real user search patterns. And the big advantage is that it also gives the real monthly search volume for each query. So this way your sample reflects what people actually search for, which makes your study more reliable. So what we've done in the past, the Query Sampler was a separate tool. We now have fully integrated this into RED. So you have, this means everything is in one place, and you only need one account and one dashboard, and you can already create, edit, and delete your Query Sampler studies directly inside RED. And the whole process is now easier with a streamlined 3-step workflow, which, you can see here the screenshot from Query Sampler in RED. In the center of slides, we have the starting keywords, the seed keywords, for example, hamster, rabbit, dog, and cat. And at the top, we have a progress bar. This is also new. We can see here how many seed keywords are processed already. And at that time that we took the screenshot, there was one of 4 seed keywords processed, and we became already more than 1,100 queries. That means once it's finished, we will have more generated ideas, and you can also download the keyword ideas with a click into this button. We are moving to the topic with this slide, scraping and evaluating AI overviews and chatbot responses. So like Sebastian also mentioned, we have, the AI is becoming more and more important in search. So that's why RED can also now collect AI-generated answers from major search engines like Google and Bing, and we have to plan to expand them. Like Perplexity, for example. So what's new is we have implemented new scrapers, special scrapers for Google and Bing. So you can let juror evaluate not just your organic results, but also AI overviews and chatbot responses. And you can also, it's an optional feature, but you can also see what resources AI use for its answer. Here we see the chatbot generated answer on the right side to the query, what's a dog? And on the left side, we can see how jurors evaluate this result. They can answer these questions like Sebastian already showed us. And I will now hand it over to Sebastian again.
Okay, and I will talk a bit about the new SEO classifier we developed. In the past, we saw it on an older screenshot from Dirk, was an SEO classifier who was able to classify the probability of SEO measures on a website in one of 4 categories: most probably optimized, probably optimized, probably not optimized, most probably not optimized. And yeah, we enhanced it and we made it like that we can now calculate the score. And this makes it better for statistic analysis and so on, and reflects it better how much of SEO is probably going on a website. And yeah, this allows for large-scale analysis of SEO practices and helping to understand factors contribute to higher search rankings in their studies. We will see some examples in the show reel about it later, so you get a better idea. And I still love our graphic here. And yeah, and how the SEO score works, it's not simple. There are a lot of indicators. I will just show you how's the weighting, or how are the main categories to calculate the SEO score. And well, we look at the technical SEO, so the foundation of it. Is it focused on aspects? Is the site crawlable and indexable and so on? We look at the content quality because always we know content is king, so it's very important to look at this. And is the content well structured, relevant? So we look at the HTML structure and so on. We also measure some indicators about, or for get an idea about the user experience, like loading times and so on. Is there a mobile version of the website available and stuff like this? And we also look at meta elements, are the snippets optimized for clicks? And is there some other meta indicators? Do we have all in the header and so on? So this is pretty this. So if you want to know more about the SEO score, we can talk about it in a break, or I will show you something in a tutorial, but not in detail about this. But if you are interested to use it, just talk to us. So I think questions later, maybe. So 1 minute left or something like this.
Yes.
Yes, 1 minute left. So maybe the tutorial is more open, we can discuss stuff. So if you have any questions about all the new features, just write it down and we can talk about it later.